So I just learned I'm in a drinking water protection area here in Brantford. And what's interesting is they've got a map of the area where they take the water for the drinking water, and they've got two zones. I'm in zone 2. So this is the zone, and the zones are determined by time. The amount of time it takes for pollutants to get into the drinking water. So they want to take extra care of doing stuff in these sort of zones. So there's all kinds of information about what is an intake protection zone, which is a little bit interesting in that they're trying to do this, and Clean Water Act information, and they should tell you what types of, what's going on with the water, what are some of the sources of contamination. You can see there, septic systems, fertilizers, gasoline, and what you can do about it, and a number, which is great. So call that number if you have any source water. What's interesting about this map is if somebody pollutes water over here, it doesn't seem to matter as much. It's not as much of a concern. I mean, why isn't this whole area of protection? And because eventually people who are downstream, Dunville, or let's say the people upstream here who live in Paris or Kitchener-Waterloo, where I'm sort of going today, they probably have a similar sort of zone. And if they're putting stuff in areas that aren't in these protection zones, well, it may not be a matter of crisis for a management team to protect in a 48-hour sort of time zone. But what about a 4-year time zone or an 8-year time zone? Eventually it's all going to come into the river anyways. So this is, I guess, part of what we call water management, water protection. But this is the opposite, I would say, of a bioregional approach. This is looking at the time it takes for contaminants to get into the drinking water source and basing management on risk. Basically, we're trying to reduce risk and manage risk, rather than looking at all the land, not just for the residents here at Brantford, but upstream and downstream, taking a complete watershed approach for drinking water. So this fragmentization is catching up with us. We cannot manage the sources of pollution are coming from upstream, and by drawing little colors around, because it only takes so many hours for contaminants to flow into it, well, if it's critical that for this stuff to get into here, well, the stuff over here eventually is going to go there too. It may not be crisis in the short term, but it's going to end up there. So what are we doing, not just to manage these things, but to get rid of them? Is it possible? Are all of these necessary? Can we manage it always? And plus all the individuals and businesses and governments all doing this. So you have the cumulative effects year after year after year after year. So if you want to get involved or take a look at what you can do to protect your local intake production zones, call the number if you're in Brantford, or check out their website, or check out sourcewater.ca and learn some more. So this has been your drinking water protection area public service announcement, care of the Commons map. Have a good day.